This is Cults Unpacked. My name is Danny Clayton, and we're about to look at NXIVM. Now, NXIVM is an interesting cult because amongst cults, you'll often find a religious or spiritual angle, but this was a multi-level marketing company that promised its acolytes some sort of wisdom or personal development in an unimaginable scale. Run by a gentleman called Keith Raniere, this guy was prosecuted for sex trafficking, racketeering, and forced labor. And someone who's going to help me break it down a little bit further is writer and intellectual Joe Thornley. Joe, this guy sounded like a scumbag, to put it plain. What was his whole angle? How did he entice people into this cult?
He started in Amway, so he was really across the multi-level marketing model, and he promised people executive success. But the thing is, he defined what success was, and people had to pay to get it. So it was Amway with a cult angle.
So he was recently given 120 years in jail by a judge. What was he accused of doing? What did he get done for? Racketeering
and sex trafficking, because basically there was a smaller group within NXIVM called DOS, which was, he had slaves basically, and he had them branded with his own initials.
Really? If
you look at it one way, it's KR, Keith Raniere's initials, and if you look at it another way, it's AM, which is Alison Mack's initials. That's Alison Mack, the actress from Smallville, who was pretty much his 2IC in the cult. And the idea was that to become successful and learn to be your true self, you need to experience subservience, which isn't true.
Now let's talk a little bit about Alison Mack. How crucial was she for the success of NXIVM?
She was, underneath Keith, the leader of DOS, and she was one of the main recruiters into it. So she's in a bit of trouble with the law as well. It was supposed to be a women-only organisation, and the women in that group didn't think Keith was the head of it. They thought Alison was.
And was she used to attract other high-profile people? I mean, because it seems like this was a cult for the wealthy and famous.
Yep, Keith loved a celebrity like a lot of cult leaders. He just wanted to be seen as this big guy that knew celebrities and was a genius, and he exaggerated his skills at martial arts and piano and even as an inventor. He took out a whole lot of patents on really simple inventions that kind of already exist.
So it has been accused as being a sex cult. How accurate do you think that is?
100%. It was only the smaller group that was the sex cult with the slavery, because one of the tasks that the slaves were given were to please Keith sexually. I'm not a fan of Keith's.
Look, strangely enough, neither am I. And I believe that they even had a photo of Keith in the facilities for people to bow to when they arrived. Is that true? What other weird things did Keith get people to do?
He just wanted to be treated like a god, and he even just wanted people to believe he was an absolute genius. So he took out patents on, I think, over 100 items, one of which was basically exercise. He patented exercise.
I probably owe him a few dollars then in that case. I also hear that he liked to hold sermons of sorts while doing exercise.
I mean, nothing inspires religious devotion better than a short, hairy man in a headband playing volleyball and telling you how to improve your life.
I'm sold. Sign me up to that cult. So, Joe, finally, when we look at NXIVM, how did it start? How did it finish? What did people expect? What were they given?
They expected executive success, and they got a brand on their hips.
Well, doesn't seem like a very good deal at all. Thank you so much, Joe. That was NXIVM Unpacked.